Hello students, again we are going to start with a new topic, that is a scan line fill algorithm, and you may get the question of 8 or 10 marks from this topic, that is scan line fill algorithm. And with this you will be having one problem which I'm going to solve here itself. And if you want to write the answer of 8 to 10 marks of question, you can follow this slide. The whole answer is here. Okay, it's a point wise, but if you want to write in a paragraph also, it is fine. So moving towards the next slide, here let's understand what you mean by algorithm. This scan line fill algorithm, here it will be helpful for you to fill the figures with any kind of your color. Okay, you may have the question like why we are going to use this algorithm, because in this algorithm it will generate some of the points or pixels where it will be helpful for you to fill the figure, because sometimes if I want to fill the figure, it may be some points it will be transparent which will not be visible in the like naked eye. But if you are going to use the algorithm properly, you can have the idea where and all you are going to fill it. Now even in my slide you can see the background. Here I have the some shaded orange colors. Okay, and now if I will consider my slide, so here the corner, now you can see my pointer here in this corner. If I will take it as my origin, so now this one will be my x-axis and this one will be my y-axis, and I will be considering this slide as my window coordinate system. Okay, so now whenever I will if I will apply this scan line algorithm, then I will be having the points, pixel points. So here you can see, just mark my pointer as I'm moving from here to here. Here some lighter shadeds are there and here darker shadeds are there, right? So here my point values will move, will change. But if you mark this line, or you can go up here, you can mark this line. So when I will join these 2 points, there will be a chance to have the transparent in between here. Okay, so if I will have transparent, maybe I can't visualize like normal eye, but if I will enlarge it and if I want to see, I can see that fillings. Okay, so if I want to fill that color, I cannot do it afterwards. So it's a better way to go for the algorithm and use to fill any kind of your figures. Okay, so we have there are 2 famous algorithms. That is, one is your boundary fill algorithm and one more is your scan line fill algorithm. Here we are checking your scan line fill algorithm. So how we are going to use this algorithm? Actually what will happen in your boundary fill algorithm, there will be a lot of processing methods which can encounter some of the problems in real-time world. Okay, so that's the reason that as it is a disadvantage for your boundary fill algorithm, we have moved towards to your scan line fill algorithm. Okay, so this scan line fill algorithm will be used to fill any kind of your of any of your image. Okay, so here in this algorithm, you can fill all the interior points of a polygon. You just imagine that you have a x and y coordinate system and one square box is there. So if I want to fill the color of my interior points of that square, then I can use this scanline algorithm easily. Okay, because I should not move the points on and off according to my requirements. So what I can do is I'll just apply my algorithm and I can put the various colors, whatever is preferable colors to give to that square box, and I can utilize. Okay, so that is how we have moved towards your scanline fill algorithm from boundary fill algorithm. So now here you can see I have one region over here. Okay, just now I have told you about the square box. So now just consider one more polygon which is placed in this x and y coordinate system. Okay, so here what the answer is saying, if it is possible, if you want to write along with my explanations, you can write down. This is the whole of the nodes of your scanline fill algorithm. So here what we are doing is, in this scanline fill, it will have one region, okay, where it's going to fill the color. So whenever we will fill the color, first we have to find out that what will be the intersection positions. Okay, So how to find out the intersection positions? In your question or in your diagram, the intersection position will be given. So here you can see I have a straight line which is passing over the polygon. So that is my intersection line. And if you want to consider that line is parallel to my x coordinate, x axis, right? It's not coordinate, it is axis. So this line is parallel to my x axis. That's why I can call this line as scan line. So I'll just mark over here what I'm going to call it as. I can call it as my scan line. So this is very important point. You have to remember, we cannot call this line as the axis. We can have to call the line as our scan line, because we are going to scan and we are going to fill the color. So we are going to apply the algorithm on this scan line, which will be the interior part of your polygon, or you are going to fill the interior region of this polygon. Okay, so what is the simplest way how you're going to find out this? If I let you know to find out the area of your polygon, so what you're going to do, you have to just find out the polygon boundary. What is your polygon boundary? Because we know that if I have to find out the area, then I should get the boundary regions, right? So what is here the polygon boundary regions? You can see the lines over here. And this is nothing but, if I will solve all these simultaneous points, then I will get the linear equations. Okay, so by applying that linear equations, I have to get the boundary. Okay, if I'll get the polygon boundary, then it will be very easy for me to find out the area of your polygon. So now how to do that? We have to first find out the equation of the scan line. Okay, so here you can see in this example, the x-axis, the x scan line, this one, it is through your x-axis, right? It is through your parallel to x-axis. So y is not doing anything, so y is constant here. So I have written here the y is constant. So you have to see your image or your figure, whatever has given. According to that, you have to find out the equation first of your scan line. So here, as it is crossing to my y-axis, so here my y is not doing any work, it's just constant. Okay, so moving towards the next line, here you can see another thing you remember, whenever the scan line will cross or intersect with any of the axes, we will give the name as scan line y, because it is intersecting my y-axis. If I will press one line like this, it is intersecting my x-axis. So I will give the name as scan line y. So here, this is one more example. So in this example, here I have some some regions are there, one polygon. This is hitting my y-axis, right? So I will give the name as scan line y. And one more line is also there, so I cannot give the same name. I will just give the name as scan line y dash. Okay, so here from this figure, we'll just go back to this figure here. So here you can see some of the numbers. So here this is nothing but it is just a unit vectors. Okay, so some units I have given where my first point is on 10. Now this point is on 14th. Now this point is on 18th. And the last point is on 24. Okay, just to remember, these all are the points. So what we are going to do, we have to apply the basic scan line procedure to find out or to fill the color of your polygon. So here, as we are going to start the edge intersections from left side to right side, we are starting from left to right side. So what we are going to do, we will have some pixel positions in between. How many pixel positions are there? There will be many pixel positions. But what you are going to do, you have to notify some of the pixel positions in between your starting to end points. So here my starting point is 10. In x, where x equals to 10, and my ending point is x equals to 14. Similarly, here my starting point is 18 and again ending point is 24. So now within that there will be some pixels available inside the polygon. So what I'm going to do is, you can see here I have just notified 5 pixels which is in between x equals to 10 to x equals to 14. So now in my next pixel, the starting point x equals to 18 to 24, there are some 7 pixels. So it's not mandatory to remember this how many pixels are there. You can write how many pixels you got. So now, whenever the scan line will pass through any of the vertex point, okay, so that time what will happen? It will just intersect the polygon like edges at that point. Suppose if I'll pass it through my origin, then you can say that it is intersecting the edges. But in some cases, what will happen is we will have the odd number boundary intersections, okay, for a scan line. So what is that odd number of boundary? It looks like this, okay. This is a diagram for that. So how you are going to find out, we'll see. So this is a nodes you can remember easily. So I'll just explain you everything. Scan line y dash, which one it is here? You can see scan line y dash. What it is doing is just intersecting, okay, it is just intersecting the even number of edges where the two pairs of intersections points along with this scan line is going to identify. So here you can see scan line y dash, it's having some intersection value. What is that? 2. Okay, so this 2 is a even number and this numbers is given in the question only. I'm not going to do anything here. And but your scan line y also you can see it is also crossing your even number 2. This is also crossing your even number. So what will happen? So we will have some pairs of intersection points. Okay. So we have to find out how many scan line y or y dash are intersecting how many polygon edges. So here what I got is my scan line y is intersecting here. You can see this is a line. This is another line. This is another line. And this is also another line. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. And here if I will just join this line, I'll get one more point here also. So I'm getting 5 pixel points because this is also here also it is there. Okay, I can join it. So here my scan line is intersecting some around 5 polygon edges. Okay, so next what you're going to do, you have to find out each of the vertex point, how many opposite sides are there for the scan line. So here individually you have to find out. This is just one example. You have to write as it is hitting on your y-axis, you are calling it as your scan line y, and this is your scan line y dash. As it is hitting your second point, so 2, it is an even boundary, okay. And here you are hitting with the sum of the 5 pixel points. But for your scan line y dash, what is happening? So here it is intersecting your 2 edge, here one edge, here also one more edge. So you, if you want to consider the edge also, you can consider here one edge, here one edge. So 2 edge vectors you can see. So here scan line y dash is intersecting 2 edges, but it is touching to one vertex point here. Okay, similarly here also you can consider this is 1, 2, this is 3. So it is hitting to 3 edge lines and here one vertex point. So in this way you have to draw the diagram and you are going to write how many hit points it is giving towards your edges and towards your vertex point. Okay. So if any vertex point will be there which is going to adjoin with the edges, then you have to find out the opposite sides of each of the intersecting scan lines and you have to find out the boundary intersection points. Okay. And sometimes what will happen is you will have the constant points 1, 2, 3. So here you are having the constant consecutive points. So what you are going to do in that? So you have to increase or decrease the count of your vertex whenever you are having the connections in between the scan line, whenever it will pass through your polygon. See here as it is passing through your polygon, so you are having the edge vectors connectivity, so that also you can write. Okay, so this is the thing where you are going to find out how the scan line is going to hit your edge vectors and your vertex points. Now here one more example is there. Suppose my scan line is y here, the upper one will be y plus 1. Let's consider the below one as y minus 1. So now if the like this is one more way where you are going to find out the polygon edges, how you can split all these things into vertices. Okay, so here if you are going to visualize in this way, so here you can see as I'm moving towards this way, so you can find out the vertex points. So that is the scan line edge points. Okay, but here what is happening, the it depends on the visualization in which way you are going to see the scan lines. So if you are visualizing in this way, then you can see the vertex point and it is touching towards your scan line Y. Okay, so here you have to adjust all the endpoint Y values where whenever you are going to process your edges, like on your polygon perimeters, that time you have to find out how the edge is currently being processed, how it's going to indicate your solid lines, because we should consider only the solid lines. We should not consider the dotted lines. So this is also one more example. Now here you can see one more thing. Here in this figure, if I'm moving from down to up, you can see I'm just going in a decreasing way. Here you can see it has been decreased by 1. But in your this side, if I'm coming up to down, then you can see in an increasing way. Okay, so that also you have to remember how we are going to consider. So now here one more triangle you can see. Here I'm going to apply the coherence property, where in this triangle I have the two vertex point. I have just considered it, and as it is hitting the y axis, so my scan line will be y. Let's consider this vertex point as xk comma yk. So incremental way, the upper one will be xk plus 1 comma yk plus 1. So in this way, if I will consider my scan line, the name will be scan line YK because the YK is present here. And if I consider this line, then it will be YK plus 1. Scan line YK plus 1. Okay. So here I have to apply the coherence property. So here only I have actually started with a scan line. So I know that how to find out the slope to find out the slope. The formula is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So here what is the value of my y2? That is yk plus 1 minus yk divided by xk plus 1 minus xk. So I have just written the slope of this edge of my scan line intersection coordinates. So once I have got my slope, next I have to find out the y coordinates, okay, of your two scan lines. So how to find out that? Let's consider yk plus 1 minus yk, the value is 1. Okay, then in your x intersection point, if I'm going into the upper scan line, how much will be the value? So x, you can see here xk plus 1 will be equals to xk plus 1 by m. So you have to remember this formula because to solve the problem we need these formulas. Okay. So now in each successive x-intercept point, if I want to calculate, then I can start with x0 and I can move towards xk. Okay. So now if I will consider my xk, okay, then what will be my previous value? Let's consider x0 plus k by m, where the m value will be del y by del x. This is nothing but y2 minus y1, and this is nothing but x2 minus x1. And here m will be the ratio in between two integers. Okay, this is just a considerations. So now this del x and del y will be the difference of your edge endpoints of x and y coordinate values, which already I have told you. Now I have to find out the incremental calculation of your x-intercept. So how to write? Whatever I have got here, xk plus 1 equal to xk plus 1 divided by what is the value of your m? M value is del y by del x. So just replace it as it is a inverse. So the value will be del x by del y. Same thing I have written here. Xk plus 1 equal to xk plus del x by del y. So now here I'm going to apply the polygon fill algorithm, and I have to find out the polygon boundary in a very sorted edge table. Okay, so how to find out that edge table? So that also carries some mark. You need to find out the edge table. Okay, and you have to insert the informations which will be helpful to process your scan lines. Okay, you can take it as your clockwise or counterclockwise, and you have to store all the edge points from a smallest value for your all the edge points. Okay, so now let's see how the edge table looks like. So this is one more example. The varieties of examples I have shown, varieties of diagrams I have shown. You can calculate the age table for each of the diagram. So now let's consider I have one polygon which has been given in the question paper. In your question paper, to solve or to find out the age table, they may give you the diagram. So now as I can see here the scan lines, as it is hitting my y-axis, I have to give the name as scan line y. So it's hitting to the first vertex point. Let me take it as YA. Next one, it is hitting to my D. Let me take it as scan line YD. Now here you can see it's hitting here. So let's take it as scan line YC. You can see the difference. The C and C dash has not been touched. So how many vertex points I have, I'm just going to write down because I have to find out the age vector or age table of my all the scan lines. So here YA, YD and YC. So these three age table I have to find out. So now how to find out for YA? Now you have to place your finger over here and you can see you have two lines, two edges, A to B and A to E. Just remember it carefully. So A to B and A to E. So if I'm moving like that, then Y intersection points for your E, because here I have to consider as my YE. Okay, the first one you have to consider as your E. Next one will be on your XA, because I'm just moving here. So keep it is in the x-axis. So XA. So now I'm just considering your A to E. Next again I will consider from A to B. Okay. For A to E, I'm writing here Y coordinate of E, then XA, then slope value will be 1 divided by M, A and E. Okay. Then next again it will connect. So now here B value, so A to B I'm connecting. So for B, I have to write YB, then XA, then slope value 1 by M of AB. Okay, so this is the age table of your YA. Now let's consider for your next scan line, that is YD. From YD you can see D to C dash and D to E. So you have to write, let me consider first D to C dash. So here YC dash, then XD, then slope value you have to write 1 divided by M of DC dash. Okay. Next you have to consider D to E. So YE, XD, then 1 divided by MDE, which I have written here. Okay. Now next scan line is YC. From YC there is only one line which is touching towards B. There is one more is not there. So we will write only one. So YB, XC, then sloping value will be 1 divided by M, C, D. Okay. So this is a age table of your scan lines. In this way you are going to represent. Now next slide. Okay, so now here you can see, here I have shown you how to do the from the top to bottom, how you are going to find out your active age list, and whenever you are going to process on your scan line. So that is the answer of your active age list, which will be containing all the edges which is crossing towards your scan lines. Okay, and everything will be in your iterative coherence calculations you have to find out. So now this is one example. Okay, so in example the question is the polygon ABCDEFG. So you are going to draw a polygon. Only these two lines will be your question. The rest of the things you have to solve. I'll just explain you how to do it. The polygon ABCDEFG has given. The polygon coordinates has given. So for A vertex point, this is the polygon, this is the coordinate points. Okay. So now let me place here. A is here. So 2, C. So now here A, so 2 and 7. So you can see the vertex point is your A 2 7. Okay. Next is your B coordinate values, which is 4 comma 12. So here you can see 4 then 12. So like that you are going to place all the values in your graph paper. Okay. And then the next is we have to find out the age table. Fine. So here you can see A value was 2 to 7, which is moving to B. B is 4 comma 12. Similarly, I have written B 4 comma 12 to C 8 comma 15. These things you have to do. D to E, E to F, F to G, then again G to A. The last also you have to give the connection. Once you have done that, we have to calculate the 1 by m values. How we are going to calculate? What is the formula? I have told you y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. x1 y1, x2 y2. So you have to do the difference. You have to find out the value. Okay. So till here you can do that these values, you can see also here y minimum. Among these two things, 7 and 12, this is your y values, right? Which one is your minimum? 7. Which one is your maximum? 12. Just write it down. And what is the x value here? 2. The first value we are going to write. So I have written here. Similarly, you have to write for all these things. Okay, clearly you are going to write. Next, we are going to calculate. How we are going to calculate? First, I will take for the age 0. Okay, the first line we are going to calculate because we never know that it will match or not. So first I have taken the age and then 1 by m, y minimum, x and y max. How I will calculate the exact one? Whatever I have written here, I have to find out is it matching or not. So for my scan line, so next one more table also you have to do. You have to write scan line and x intersections. Okay. So here the first y minimum value was 7. As we can see from here you have to see. And here don't feel anything here. Okay. Just you draw the table and just wait. Here you can see 2 comma 7, 4 comma 12 and 12 minus 7 is how much? 5. And 4 minus 2 is 2. So 2 by 5. Okay. Here I have taken the y minimum value as 7. Let's start with the 7 itself. When y equals to 7, x value how much it was? 2. So I have written here 2. Now next we have to start with y equals to 8. Just a next value. We have to move always in a successive manner. So if y equals to 8, I have the formula which I have already shown you here. I'll just go back and show you here. Xk plus 1 equals to xk plus the m value. So same thing I'm going to apply here. So xk, what was the value previously? 2. What is my slope value? 0.4. So I got 2.4, which is approximately equals to 2. Okay. Now consider y equals to 9. So in y equals to 9, here you got 2.4 plus how much m value you got? 0.4. Add it. So 2.8. So approximately you got 3. Similarly, for y equals to 10, take this 2.8 plus 0.4, you got 3.2, which is approximately 3. Next, y equals to 11, take this 3.2 plus you add your 0.4, which will be 3.8, which is equals to 4. It means that we have reached here, this 4. We should not go to the 12, okay? So to find out this 4, we are reaching of y coordinate value as 11. So now it's not matching. What you are going to do? You have to just fill this now. You have to write A 2 comma 7, from which we have started, and we have reached with the destination. So we have to write B dash within the bracket 4 comma 11 because you got 11 here. And the rest of the values you have to write. Y minimum is 7 here. Y maximum is 11 here. But you see in the previously you have already written 12, but now it's not matching. So you have to write 11 here. Okay. And X value is 2. Then again you are going to start with the second row. B 4 comma 12, C 8 comma 15. Same procedure you are going to find out. But here you can see when the y reached to 15, I got the value of my x as 8. So this line is correct. Let me keep the same thing here. No changes. Similarly, for all your age numbers, you are going to find out age number 2, age number 3. Okay. Then age number 4, 5 and 6. Whenever you will find out, you will get the corrections in your A. Because first we have started with something and then we will reach with something, and you will have some negative value also. Whenever you will have negative value, you have to do the inverse. Okay, that also here you can see. So in this way you have to find out your scan line fill algorithm. So this example is very important. You are going to practice this example and you are going to solve it. Okay, because this kind of questions you may get in your question paper. Okay, so thank you. I hope you people have understood. Thank you.